Evening. This is going to be part 2 of Harbor Beach. I'm going to try to explain a little bit about it. What happened? Okay. Here's the railroad track. Trains would come in from here. This would go out and come aboard here. The train would come in. Well, be 1 engine, 2 engines, 3, whatever. I don't know how many cars they had. Train would come down here to the station. There'll be a station right here. Okay. Train would stop here and get their orders. Back up and excuse me. Put the train so the engines will pass the switch down there. And they would switch the cars out, which ones they needed. First, what they would do is they would go down to, that's going to be a tunnel. They would come down to Port Hope and do switching here. That's another video. That will all be one part, probably part 2. And when they'd come back, because they just switched the grain elevator there. If there was something else there, they would have a box car with a passenger train. It would be LCL service. They still did that. Okay, once they got back here, they would proceed to do their switching. Okay. That's where the coal car is where they would unload coal, because the mill, this I think was a macaroni mill. Macaroni, yeah. Oh no, this was the flour mill. Still use coal for heat and stuff. So what they would do is they drop cars off, hoppers here, whatever they needed. Whatever they needed it for. A little bulk flour or bags of flour in box cars. Okay, they pick up full cars and put the empties there. And then come back and they'd switch this. This is where they'd bring hoppers in here and they would unload. This was the silos. They would unload the grain, wheat, whatever they needed, whatever they were delivering that day, and what kind of flour they made. They made wheat flour and hold on a second. Wheat flour and all kinds of stuff in there, and then they would truck it over to the plant. So, then they would come back. Those 2 trucks in the back would go to another mill. And you have the tanks here. And this, they would fill these up because behind here there was another mill that would make flour and stuff. And the big building in the back, this would feed this building here, which was the plant that made the starch. Corn starch, any kind of starch you can think of, they made there. This is a big place. Where that wood is going to be, there's going to be warehouses. They would load cars of, well, no, they would unload cars there with materials to bring into the plant. And they bring it over to this big old long building here, and they would ship it out in box cars. There could be 2 or 3 box cars here for each door. They had a switcher here that switched the plant out later on. This here was for supplies also. There's supposed to be a dock between these 2. I'll get to it. I'm sorry I've been out. My back is. I pulled a muscle in my back, so I've been trying to work on the other HO and expanding that, but I ain't got very far. So, and this here would be another supply warehouse, a smaller one that they could load trucks and stuff into too. Okay, then this area here is where the lumber would come in. They'd have lumber and coal and lumber come into one building, and then they'd have coal to heat build the steam and stuff to heat the buildings and stuff. And there was another building in here, right? In here there was a big old building that they brought the lumber into, cut it to size, and they'd make barrels or crates or whatever they were making for the bigger buildings, excuse me. And they would get that all done, but in later years the plant switched it themselves. So Chessie would bring in, during the Chessie days, they would just bring in cars, leave them in the yard there, and they would switch. The plant switcher would do it themselves whenever they needed it. While they were at it, they would run down, and this track here goes to a salt, where they would load salt for the highway department. There's actually, behind this, when I didn't have no room, there's tunnel, there's a track that went down and around out to the point to the Detroit Edison power plant that received coal. Then they started, when they abandoned it, they tried to get them to keep it open, but once they abandoned it, then they started bringing it in ships. So, that was during the Conrail days, when Conrail took it all over. They abandoned the whole thing because they didn't want to pay to fix the bridge and upgrade the rail. So when that grunting and groaning at me on my side, they said I pulled a muscle. But this is Harbor Beach, Michigan. This is where I would pass through and spend some time in when I was a kid. Because if you want to go grocery shopping, this is where you come to Harbor Beach to grocery shop. Because Port Hope, where we stayed, there was nothing. It was a little general store, and that was it. That was all. So that's just an overview of Harbor Beach, Michigan. The time period would be the 70s, the mid to late 70s is when it would be. That's why you see the GP7s and stuff right here, and kind of trying to get the equipment that I need. And so kind of thought, because I did use steam for passengers, so I was thinking about getting one of them for passenger, because I got a passenger car over there in Port Hope that is just sitting there. But okay, that is what is going on with Harbor Beach, and that explains it. If there's any more, if you have any questions, just ask and I'll try and answer them. But I think we'll move on to Port Hope next, which is just a little old hamlet, and you can see right now it's just a workbench. Had train derailment down there because I was taking the, as you can see, I was working on building the layout, but that'll do a layout update maybe this weekend. I got all weekend off for Labor Day. Well, y'all have a good Labor Day anyways, if I don't get to you. So just busy, and that's why I haven't had a whole time to work on things. Alright, see you later.